Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. If you guys want to have financial education and look for undervalued investment opportunities, click subscribe. Love to have you in the community. I'm going to do an overall market update here. I just grabbed some random companies. I did some overall like S&P 500, NASDAQ composite, some big overall sectors or indexes. And let's see what's going on. I'm going to look at the 10-year as well and the dollar. So this is an overall market update. Let's see what I've got. Technical charting. So I'm going to look around. I'm going to see what other sectors are doing out there. Sometimes we can get clues from other sectors about our sectors that we're in. Again, this is financial education only. Please don't take this as advice. Here's the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield. We broke this uptrend coming up through. It broke out this day right here. And looks like we are strengthening or firming up on the yields, moving back up higher. We'll see what happens. Are we going to back test where you break out and kind of back test and roll over? Or are we going to break back up higher? We'll see what happens. This is the dollar. Dollar is kind of finding some support in here. I think it was down a little bit today. We'll see if this thing heads higher, and we may get a pullback in gold, silver, and some of our commodities if the dollar strengthens. I don't think it's going to be a long-term phenomenon. Markets move both up and down. We may be in a small uptrend here. Here is the NASDAQ composite. If I drew this in here, we broke to the upside, and this could continue higher in this pattern here. It may not roll over. It depends what yields do. In a normal unmanipulated market, remember, we have manipulation all over yields, all over the place. But in an unmanipulated market, the NASDAQ would be facing headwinds with higher interest rates given the inflation numbers. But this could continue higher. It could. Same with the S&P 500 large cap index. We did break this to the upside. We are moving higher, and this could continue higher for another year or two. It depends when inflation hits, depends when people feel the inflation, and when markets want to acknowledge that inflation is there and it's a risk. Here's Visa. Visa broke out of its little pattern here, or resistance line, and it's kind of still stepping higher, and it obviously looks like it could pull back a little bit. But everything looks good for it. This doesn't look too bad. The trade desk, it's in this upward channel, and it's pulling back maybe to the low end of this channel here. Maybe if you've got some, cojones and you want to dip your toes in it when it hits this trend line and it kind of tires out and reverses. I mean, that's up to you. I'm more in the commodity index or commodity side and sectors, not so much in technology, because I do think that interest rates will eventually move higher. Amazon still in its channel moving higher. It still looks okay. Tesla's putting in a pattern here. Watch out if this thing breaks to the downside. Looking at the pattern very closely, it does look like it's rolling over a little bit. So this could break to the downside and it could get ugly. Here's Apple. I kind of just threw this in here. It does have like a head shoulder putting in. This could go higher. It is above the resistance line. It does have support there. And it could move higher. It could. Here's GIS, General Mills. Again, we're kind of creating this weird pattern here, or you could even draw a pattern through here. But it looks okay. And if it rolls over, breaks this downtrend line, I mean, this is one to watch. I don't know which way it's going to break. You're in the pattern. And I know they're manipulating interest rates left and right. And remember, interest rates price everything. That's your mechanism of pricing everything. If you're playing with that and you can drive them lower, it's going to reprice all these stocks higher. If they can't keep interest rates down and they go up, these are going to roll over, I think, and either go sideways or lower. Vestas, if you guys are looking for a wind company, it's still kind of in a pullback mode here. Same with Gamesa, the other wind company. I grabbed Coca-Cola. Looks like it's playing with its upper resistance line or trend line. It's going to try to break through, or maybe it's going to hit it and roll over. And here's Pepsi, same move here. The line, it broke kind of to the upside, and it's been kind of hanging out above it on an uptrend. So I just wanted to throw some overall kind of random companies to see what they're doing. I like checking other sectors, and I'm not adverse to investing in them. I just want to see big, large basing patterns that are going to support a very large move higher. If they don't have the basing patterns, if they have more topping patterns that look more rolling over, I usually don't invest in them because the risk reward is too great. I'm looking for large asymmetric bets. And the good thing is that some of these don't look too bad. And if they don't do a huge market crash, I don't think they're going to crash out our stocks either. So it's important to look at all the sectors. I still think these look okay. I don't think they're going to blow out to the downside in some crash. I don't see patterns that are supporting that. So I think we'll be all right. And I think we'll be okay in our stocks that we're invested in, because if these do okay, I don't think they're going to affect our investments too much. If you guys like this content, please give me a thumbs up. Leave comments below if you have any. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.